Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of my beauty routine. So drag makeup, as I previously mentioned, is very time consuming. So we're going to be doing this in stages. I'll show you guys one side and, we'll do the same on the other. So this will be very quick and sweet. And then once we get done with the eyes, we can focus on the rest of the face and bring it all together. So without further ado, let's get started with eyes. So I'm just going to give y'all my go-to, which is a nice bright neon sunset. So I like to use the Warrior Paint Ink Cosmetics Warrior Bright palette, and it's a neon eyeshadow palette. And what I like about these neons is they're pressed. A lot of brands, especially indie brands, like to do loose neons, and baby, I don't like to waste product. So without further ado, we're going to take the lightest orange. It's kind of very like dollar store cheese ball kind of orange. Very cheese doodle. And I'm just taking it along my crease. And I have hooded eyes, so if you have hooded eyes too and you're wanting to start drag or just do makeup with hooded eyes, stay watching, stay tuned, and subscribe. Alright, so we're just going to blend that into the crease and just give a nice overall transition. Okay, that's kind of what it's going to look like when you transition. So we're going to go deeper. So we're going to take what I call Cheeto orange. Full on Cheeto. It was made by Nabisco or Frito-Lay actually. Let me get my my companies correct. I used to work in retail, girl. I never thought I would forget that information. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm just gonna blend that in. All right. So now we're gonna go in with one more color, maybe two more. And it's a coral orange, so it has a nice pink tone to it. Same thing, blend right into the crease, down into your nose contour, because you want that to marry. And then we're going to take a nice pink tone. This is where it gets real sunsetty, y'all. And with hooded eyes, I tend to take it right into, like, right above my natural eye. And just blend that in. Blend it together. Okay. And then we're going to take a purple from a different palette. Actually, no, we'll use the purple from this palette because it's mostly just to deepen. And once I get done here, I will show you guys the palette really quick. Okay. So now that we've also created a nice crease moment, it's starting to look sunsetty. I know it looks pink on camera, but I see lots of purples, girl. Lots of purples. But to deepen that, I will dip into another palette for a different purple, just to kind of give the definition that I want. So we're going to dip into the Anastasia Alyssa Edwards palette and play with their purple, which is called Believe. And this is a nice, deeper purple. And it adds that definition because I love the neon purple, but it's super sheer. So I like to add another purple on top of it to give that definition. blend in small circles. All right, now that we've got that going, you'll be able to see the purple once we cut the crease. So we're gonna get into that now. Let me grab my little concealer brush. Oh, baby, that's had a green on it. There we go. So we're gonna take the same concealer I used to highlight my eye, which is the Born This Way concealer in Cloud. Like I said, it's the closest to Cloud without it being like so stark white. And it's great for using color as well. So take just a little bit on the brush. And kind of just cut your shape. I take mine right to the outside of my eye. And just take it all the way down. And then I'm going to use the back side of this brush and take a neon yellow from the same eyeshadow palette I've been using, from the Warrior Painting Cosmetics Warrior Bright palette. Let me use a different brush to grab color. Okay, and just pat that in. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera really quick. Actually, no, missing a step. Sorry. Lots of suspense. We're gonna get into eyeliner really quick. I use a cream black, a cream eyeshadow. So I use Ben Nye Cream Shadow in Black. It's just what I've been using for so many years because it's what I like to use. Y'all can use whatever you want. It's your makeup. But whatever black, eyeliner you prefer, whether it's liquid, gel, I have more controls when I use gels. So it's to take it up, because you want to lift your eye, especially if you have hooded eyes. You want to turn them downward. And I'm going to the wing is going to look really thick now, but when you're doing drag makeup, you want to create a new face, especially if you've already raised your eyebrows. It's time to raise your eyeliner just a little bit. And I take this just outside my natural eye space. And then we're just going to fill it in. Because I like to sketch, bring in, and then fill in. And this does not dry down, so you will have to set it. And I'll show you what I use in a moment here. Okay. I do have a brush here for black shadow. So you want to use a really black shadow, especially when you use a black cream base. And this makes it last longer, and it keeps it looking graphically black. So I'm going to take the black eyeshadow and the Alyssa Edwards palette. Warrior Paint does also have a black shadow as well in their Battle Scars palette, but this is just what I'm using. This is just what's closest to me. Just setting it. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to go off camera really quick and do the other side, and we'll be back. So sit tight. Okay guys, welcome back. I have gone ahead and recreated the other side, and now we're going to do under eye and finish the rest of the face. So we're going to go ahead and do some under eye shadow really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and take the coral color out of the neon palette that I've been using and just go right under the eye. Now my eyes have been a little bit watery. It's that time of year. I get seasonal allergies when pollen is a bitch. So I tend to use some extra powders to keep things nice and dry. That also means I have to be super careful about where and how I place my shadows. Alright, so now that we've gone ahead and placed an under eye shadow, we're going to go ahead and take a black color and go underneath the eye. But we're not going to like swipe, we're just tapping. Okay. Now that that's done, we can dust off the rest of the face and we can focus on the rest of our complexion. So I took a big powder brush. Mine is a Morphe MB1 brush. It's gotten a lot of use, so I can barely read the numbers. See, that nose looks nice and snatched. Now you can actually see the definition. I know it looks a little faint on camera, but we're gonna marry it all together, girl. Promise you. Alright, so we're gonna get into blush really quick. So there's a couple of different blushes. So we're going to go ahead and use the Trixie Mattel Summer of Love blush palette and use the lightest blush color, which is called Girl on Girl. And I like to smile like this. Tap. Oh, maybe a little bit more product. Tap. And then go back into it. Bring it all through. Because you want to bring the warmth back to your face. All that powder, all that translucent powder, baking powder, you've lost all the color in your face. Now you gotta bring it back. We need to look like we step out into the sun. I'm gonna do the same color up into my forehead. Just mostly like right here. And I tap in like I did my contours. I don't know why tapping up here just helps, but it does make the blend look a lot more seamless. And then we're gonna dip into another color. I'm very disorganized. I don't have a lot of space up here. I'm gonna dip into an orange blush palette, or an orange blush from, and you can get this at literally any beauty supply. You can tell it's gotten some use. I've had it for years. It was $6. Honestly, I would rebuy the shit out of this before I spend another $30 on Trixie's palette. Reason being, drag is very expensive. When you spend hundreds of dollars on costumes, hair, shoes, jewelry, you know, you have to kind of save where you can. And these are just as good as like Trixie's blushes. And Trixie's blushes are good. I like them and I bought them because I wanted to try them. But it is a lot of money. And for those who can't necessarily afford to, you know, there are other ways. Okay. Same thing over here. Just kind of buff. Here we go. Now that we are all blushed there, we're going to take blush into the nose contour. And this snatches it back right back up. So I'm just going to tap here, just get some product where it's going, and then I'm going to take the brush that I'm using into my brush changer and clean it off, because you don't want to look like Bozette the Clown. Because too much will make it look like too much attention is drawn here, and it's not going to change your nose. Ooh, let me go get a tissue really quick. My eyes are watering, baby. Watering. Oh, there we go. That is much better. So we can go back in there with the existing black that's on the brush and just retap. There we go. Alrighty. So now that we have blushed our nose and we have re-snatched it, we can go ahead and I like to highlight my brows next, like underneath them. So I take Ben Nye Super White Powder. And I like to go just underneath the eyebrows. I need something with a mirror. Multiple products in front of me, just cannot decide which one. And I just tap it on, because you also don't want to disturb all of the beautiful blending that you've already done. Now that that is done, we're gonna go ahead and just refine the darkness of the outside of the brow. Go back in the dark brown. I just tap, because you don't need to go back over the tail. You just want to re-darken all that work you just did at the start of the face. Go. Alrighty, so now that that's done, let's put a lid on this, because this is loose. Alrighty, we can go on to lips. So what I like to do is I like to build an ombre lip. So we're going to use go with a nice pinky nude. So I'm going to go ahead with a nude color first as your transition. Same way you do with eyes. And dip back into the tube. And just over, I have a decent set of lips. But I like a full lip. Okay. So now that you've got your transition lip color on, like I said, it's a nice pinky nude, like very sun-kissed, like this is your pink lip, and you know, bronze skin. So next what we're gonna get into is the secondary color. So we're gonna take a pink color, and and just go along the outside. It's like an eyeliner or a lip liner. Except this dries down. I don't have to worry about sharpening a pencil. And I feel like it makes the blend more smooth. So just tapping, and then we're gonna go over the chop. And when you do this, you just want to focus your blending on the sides. Okay, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to jab again under my eyes. And then we're going to get into lashes and highlight. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, now it's time for lashes. So I use an eyelash glue from the beauty supply store. It looks like this. It's got a red nozzle. I take the lid off. Because I feel like squirting it out from the nozzle makes it too messy. So I take just the normal brush, I dip right in, and go right along the band of the lash. Just make sure it gets good and on there. And we're just going to set it off to the side, just so that way the glue has time to kind of like get a little tacky. There we go. I'm just taking off some old glue that's really bunched up on there. The other one didn't really have that problem. Just do the same thing. Okay. Now you're going to set that brush down. Make sure you just set it down where you're not going to, like, you know, possibly end up placing your hand. And then we're going to take a compact, because you're going to need a mirror for this, and you're going to want to be close up. So, just let it wave around. I wouldn't suggest blowing on it, especially if you're going to do makeup on somebody else's face. It's not hygienic. It's not how we do things. Not in this house. I may have some dirty brushes, but this is the only face they go on. So we're just going to take it right over the lash line, just above it. Because this is drag, you want to put them up just a little bit, especially if you have hooded eyes. And this way you can still blink and your eyelash moves. I know some people like to really put their lashes all the way up into their crease. And I used to do that, but I also like being able to look like I'm blinking. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And just place it on. You can use your hands, use a pair of tweezers, whatever your little heart desires, girl. It's your face. Use what you like to use. What is easiest for you to get the application that you want and you deserve in life. Okay, now that our lashes are on and my vision has cleared up a little bit, because your girl is wearing contacts. Just feel free to push them up, get them into shape, girl. We can't have them calling off of work. Okay, so next step is to mascara. I do mascara my false lashes because you can clean them. I use just a little bit of like rubbing alcohol and like a spoolie brush because you want to be able to get them in there and out of there as quick as you can, but you want to do it with a gentle hand when you do it. Don't go crazy because then you can ruin them. Alright, so all I did was just blend in my natural lashes with my eyelashes. Next we're going to get into highlighting. So I love me a good highlighter, and I paired up with Warrior Paints Ink Cosmetics in creating a collab series of highlighters. Because, bitch, I like to glow from space, bitch. And our little highlighters in our collab are Wine Drunk, Fuzzy Navel, this little peach guy right here, and then Penis Colada with a hint of lime. There we go. So, I'm going to do, because normally I would wet my entire face. These are designed with a wet formula. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take Fuzzy Navel and just kind of tap right along here. I know it looks like I'm adding more blush to my face, but colors come together. And we're just blending and just applying a highlight. Got that glow. And now we're going to dip into Penis Colada with a hint of lime. And that way it brightens everything up. You still get that glow from Fuzzy Navel, which is a nice peach color. Okay, so now we've done that. We're gonna go ahead and start setting our face because I do have one more highlight color to add over this. So I take Fix Plus. And your face just a little bit. And then we're gonna dip into another Warrior Paint Ink Cosmetics highlighter, which is called Blue Balls. It's got a nice blue undertone or shift or whatever you want to call it. And just tap that bitch on. And then take your good old trusty blush brush. Blend in. So we're still glowing from space. And we've also, that Fix Plus marries your powders together. We do the final seal, which is the Kimchi Chic Beauty Stage Proof Matte Setting Spray. That is a mouthful. It's supposed to keep you matte, keep your makeup on all night. And I just do a few spritzes, so just enough to cover the face, so just... That was a lot more than I intended. I'm a little excited. I'm going to go ahead and get dressed and show you all the final product of everything. Be right back. Alright, y'all, here is the final product. She is haired, she is jeweled, she is mugged. I hope you enjoyed watching this little makeup journey. And I hope maybe you picked up some cute little tips or tricks or whatever to help improve your makeup application, whether you do drag, whether you do, everyday makeup, even if you just do makeup to sit on the couch, girl. Hope you learned something from this or you saw something that you might like. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I love you. Bye-bye.